I'm Anastasia, here to bring you a flow style yoga practice. Today our theme is restoring the body and mind. So whether you have recently or sometime experienced some injury or illness, God forbid, this will help bring your body back into balance and just generally restore our muscles. We'll do a lot of stretching today. Even though this is still flow style, it's going to feel a little stretchier maybe than some of the other practices you've done with me. Find a comfortable seated position. Does not have to be crossed legs, but it can be. Sit up nice and tall, stack one vertebra on top of the other, crown of your head reaching up to the ceiling. Give your shoulders a big roll up to your ears and down and back, creating a nice open space in your chest to receive your breath. You're welcome to close your eyes and start to move your breath in and out your nose only. Long, slow inhales, filling up the chest cavity and abdomen completely with air. And full exhales, pushing out every drop of that breath. With your next few inhales, take a little inventory of your body, noting how all the different parts of it are feeling today. Maybe take into account not just your muscles, but your joints, maybe your ease of breath, maybe how your mental space feels. Every part of you inside and outside. If there's any part of you that needs some extra attention, maybe a part of you that's experienced some injury or illness, make a mental note of it so that you can really care for it throughout our practice. Your next few exhales, let go of your day. Whatever you've done, whatever you have left to do, anything troubling your mind or your spirit, just drifting away. And with your body and mind connected in your peaceful space, please silently set an intention for your practice. It could be a physical one, like stretching your muscles, or a mental one, like restoring your peaceful mental space. Set yours silently now. Maintain this nasal breath throughout our practice. And you're welcome to have your eyes closed at any time. Just be aware that this affects your balance. Keeping your shoulders pulled down and back and your spine up nice and long. In your comfortable seat, drop your chin toward your chest. Roll your right ear toward your right shoulder. And continue in this nice slow circle, focusing on creating more space between the vertebrae rather than crunching them down. Take time in any spots that feel sticky. Once your chin reaches your chest again, reverse direction. Pause with your chin at your chest. Take a big inhale, open the arms, lift the chest and face. Exhale to round like you're giving a great big hug. Follow your breath as you inhale and exhale. Know that we never have to move in unison, and you can always use the range of motion that works best for you. After your next exhale, find neutral spine. Let's go ahead and take the legs out in front of us. Take them about the width of your mat so they're not real wide. Flex your toes up toward the ceiling. I'll turn to the side so you can see a little better. Take a big inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Grab on wherever works for you, maybe using your peace fingers to hook your big toes, and draw both forward and downward. So you're imagining the top of your head shooting beyond your toes as you look at the space between your legs. Always sending your exhale into those spaces that feel like they need a deeper stretch. Inhale and exhale, release. Go ahead and bring your left foot in. Keep your right leg stretched long, so you're drawing that left heel as far up to the groin as you can. Those right toes flexed up toward the ceiling. Take a big inhale, reach. Exhale, float your right arm inside that right leg and reach up and over. So we're opening that heart up toward the ceiling. And if we created a big arc, maybe those fingertips would reach those toes. You can bring your gaze or your drishti wherever you want. Keep your sitting bones grounded. Next, inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn the body and float directly over your leg. So grab on again wherever it works, and we'll draw downward and forward. Keeping the sitting bones connected to the mat. We're directly over that leg in this version of Janu Shirshasana. Inhale and exhale, release. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn the body. This time we float outside the leg. As we take those big exhales, we'll walk those fingers out and away. So maybe feeling a deeper stretch through the side of the low back. Again, we keep those sitting bones connected to the mat. Inhale and exhale, release. This time, let's take those legs right together in front of us. Toes flex back toward the ceiling. A little reset. Big inhale, reach, and exhale, fold. Again, grabbing on wherever works and maybe using those peace fingers to grasp the big toes. We stretch both forward and downward in our seated forward fold. Inhale and exhale, release. Now we'll take that left leg out to the side. Right heel draws as far up toward the groin as it can come. We've got about a 90-degree angle with the femurs. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, float that left arm inside the leg as the right reaches up and over. Shine your armpit up toward the ceiling without collapsing forward. Bring your gaze where it works for you. Start noticing If there's any differences with this side, acknowledging that those differences, those imbalances are very normal, and our practice of yoga will help bring our two sides into balance. Next big inhale, we reach up. Exhale, turn the body and float directly over the leg, grabbing on wherever it works as we stretch both forward and downward with the sitting bones connected. Inhale and exhale, release. We'll take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn the body and float outside the leg. Keeping the sitting bones grounded, we send the exhales into those tight spaces as we walk the fingertips out and away. Keeping that neck neutral. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's go ahead and take those legs wide. You can go as wide as you want, whatever works for you. If you can keep your toes looking up toward the ceiling, you know that you haven't come too wide. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the hands down, and we'll walk out and away. So maybe you don't come down at all. That would be fine. Maybe you're up nice and high. Maybe you're stretched really, really long. Remember, it doesn't matter what these postures look like in comparison to me or somebody else who's doing it. This is about doing what's right for your body today. It could be very different from yesterday or tomorrow or earlier today, later today. You get the idea. Inhale and exhale, walk it in. Let's go ahead and bring those legs in. We'll move on to the hands and knees. We'll bring those wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of the feet relaxed on the mat. You can always come onto the fists, which makes it a little more comfortable for your wrists and does make it more comfortable for the shoulders too. We'll inhale and exhale through cat-cow. Inhale, face and hips lift, belly drops. Exhale to round, draw your navel up and in. Follow your breath as you inhale and exhale. Articulate the spine. After your next exhale, find neutral spine. You're neither arched nor rounded. Belly is gently lifted and your gaze is just beyond your fingertips. Spread your fingers wide, index fingers forward, tuck your toes, lift back and up into downward facing dog. Look through your legs. Feel free to pedal through your feet or wiggle your hips. Just doing what feels good here. Drop onto your knees, taking them as wide as you want. Big toes together behind you. Hips back towards your heels, and we reach those arms forward in child's pose. Now, if this does not feel good on your knees, too much flexion, you can take puppy pose, where your butt is up in the air a little more. You could also have the hands behind the head in prayer, or the arms around the legs. This child's pose or the puppy pose, good resting posture, you can come to at any time. And if for any reason it is not restful, just find a position that is. whenever you need it for whatever reason. Come back up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes, and find your downward facing dog. You can pedal or wiggle again. And now walk your feet up to your hands. They're slightly separated as you melt into forward fold. Top of the head draws down. Shake it yes and no. Make sure it's dangling heavy like a bowling ball from a string. Grasp your elbows if you'd like and rock or sway. And that neck totally neutral. Feeling like a little rag doll here. Let go your elbows, soften your knees, and roll up one vertebra at a time. Top of the head comes up last. Give your shoulders a big roll up to your ears and down and back. Nice open space in your chest to receive your breath. Your abdomen and tailbone are pulled tight in your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel free to also come here as a rest anytime you need it, as it might be pretty convenient. Taking some variations on our forward fold as part of our sun salutation today. Surya Namaskar. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Open your elbows like you're getting ready to lay back and relax. Take a big inhale. Exhale, nod your chin and dive it down. We create this extra traction on those cervical vertebrae. So you might be looking toward your belly, creating more length in the neck and therefore in the rest of the spine. While you're still down, let go your head. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back, touch the shins, your thighs, or the floor, depending on your hamstring flexibility. Exhale, hands come down, bend your knees as much as you need to, walk, step, or jump to your plank. Once we find that high plank, if you need more support for your back or the shoulders, you can come to your knees. We inhale at the top, exhale, chaturanga, elbows go straight back as you float down. Untuck your toes, and let's first find Sphinx today. So in Sphinx, we're on the forearms, the chest is lifting, the sternum is looking forward. Shoulders and earlobes far apart. You can squeeze your glutes very tight if you want to support the low back a little more, or you can intentionally relax them in order to feel that low back extension more. Release, plant your hands, tuck your toes. You can move through your knees or press straight up and back to find your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Feet are slightly separated as you melt into forward fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Now let's interlace those fingers behind the back. If this doesn't work, you could use a small towel behind you to help open your chest and shoulders. So let's pull those shoulders down and back. Inhale, look up, and exhale, nod the chin to dive it down. So maybe those arms rest on your back as you relax the neck and let gravity take over. Maybe they float up and over. Whatever feels good for you, just keep that neck relaxed. Always keep breathing in and out the nose. While you're still down, let go the hands. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back, touching shins, thighs, or the floor. Exhale, hands come down, walk, step, or jump to your plank. You can come to the knees if you need. We inhale at the top, Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows go straight back as you float down. Untuck the toes. Again, you can find Sphinx or your hands right below those shoulders. Keep your elbows close to lift into Cobra. Shoulders and earlobes far apart. Clench or relax the glutes as you wish. Release down. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Feet slightly separated. Release, forward fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. One more variation on our forward fold with our sun salutation. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees enough that you can step on your hands. Relax your neck. And we begin to straighten those legs. If the legs come all the way straight, we can use the arms to draw the body closer. So again, it doesn't matter how far you go. If you have to bend a lot to get your hands under your feet, that's fine. Just keep that neck relaxed. Soften your knees to release your hands. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back. Exhale, hands come down, walk, step, or jump to your plank. Knees or toes, inhale at the top. Exhale, chaturanga, float down. Inhale into your back bend of choice, Sphinx, Cobra, or we scoop forward a little further, lifting onto the tops of the feet and palms for upward facing dog. Release down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Pause here for a moment. Thumbs at your sternum. Feel the heart beating maybe a little faster than it was earlier. Slow that breath. Remind yourself of your intention. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees enough that you can place your hands down and step back to your downward facing dog. If downward facing dog puts a lot of stress on your shoulders or it's just not working for you today, feel free to come right to the knees and we can move from there. So we're going to lift that right leg up from the knees or from downward facing dog. Big inhale, big exhale, right foot steps forward. Give it a big step, get it between your hands, help it if it needs help. We're gonna slide those toes way, way back, and we're gonna drop that knee down. So it's ideal here, if you're not right on top of your knee, if it's back behind you, you can untuck your toes if you'd like. Now, I'm on my mat on top of carpet, so I feel pretty cushioned. If you need to put a towel or a pillow under your knee to make it more comfortable, that can really change this posture for you, help it feel really, really good. So feel free to do that. Now you can stay down here, or maybe you walk it up. Shoulders are relaxed as we get this very nice deep hip flexor stretch. Maybe deep inner thigh stretch in the front too. Now let's place those hands down around that foot, and we're gonna shift back, lifting the front toe. Now, I can pull the toes back more to create a deeper stretch. I can sit back more, or I can start to slide forward. So ultimately, the greatest expression of this posture is that full split. Of course, this is not necessary. This is all about getting that nice deep stretch. So we focus on that. This is Hanumanasana, monkey god pose. The god Hanuman is often depicted doing the splits, so hence the splitting posture. Deep hamstring stretch. Come up from where you were, and we're gonna shift forward. Now, you can come back to that deep hip flexor stretch, or if it works, plant your left hand, bend your left knee, and we reach around for a quad stretch. Your hamstring might get a little cramp here. If it does, just come back to the hip flexor stretch. Maybe you could grab a pant even instead of the toes. That's up to you. Do what feels good here. Release. Bring your hands inside of the leg, and we're going to take that leg out to the side. I'm going to face you for a moment so you can see this a little better. That right leg of yours comes out to the side, and we can move with the stretch. So really focusing on that inner thighs. We rock side to side or front and back. And I know we're asking a lot of the hands and wrists here. We can always come to the fists. We can always come down to the forearms to make this more comfortable. Let's come on up, and we find all fours again. Again, we cushion the knees if needed. Again, we can stay on all fours as we lift that left leg. If you'd like to come to downward facing dog, you can. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Big inhale, big exhale, left foot steps forward, big step. Give it help if it needs it as that right leg wiggles way back. So we want the ankle right under the knee. We don't want the knee coming over the ankle or in front of the ankle. Drop that knee down, untuck the toes if that feels good. Cushion the knee if needed. Maybe we walk it up. Release those hands down around the leg. We shift the hips back, lift the toes. You can draw those toes back more, sit back more, or slide. So if you're trying to slide, one thing that can make it a little easier is if you bring that heel to a towel, or if you're on the carpet, to come to the carpet to find a deeper stretch. However, please be careful. We don't want to find an accidental split. Accidental splits are not fun or safe. So, and again, if you need a break on those wrists, you can come to those fists. That can help a lot. Try to keep your spine really purposeful here. It's really easy to just kind of dangle. You can keep it neutral, keep looking straight down, but we'll try to be intentional about it. Go ahead and shift forward. We bend the back knee and maybe we find the quad stretch, reaching around with that left hand to grab the right toes. If it feels better to reach with that right hand, go for it. If that's not working, just come back to your hip flexor stretch. That's just fine. Do what feels best for you. It is very normal for that hamstring, those muscles in the back of the thigh, to get a cramp here. Don't worry about it if they do. And we'll release. Shift back, hands inside of that left leg, and we'll take that left leg directly out to the side. And now you can move with it, rocking around. Come to the forearms if that feels better, the fists. We'll draw that leg in. We'll find a little rest. Feel free to come into your child's pose or puppy pose. If it feels better to come to laying flat on your belly and that's safe for you, you're welcome to. Or even to rest in your easy pose, Sukhasana. Find a rest that works for you. Take a moment here to bring that focus inward to your intention, to that breath that moves in and out your nose only. Refocus. Go ahead and come up, back to hands and knees. Maybe staying on those hands and knees as you reach that right leg, or coming up to your downward facing dog. Right leg reaches, big inhale, big exhale, step the right foot forward, big step. Get it as far forward between those hands, ankle underneath, slide those back toes. We release that back knee and toe down with cushion if needed. Coming up to that low lunge, Anjaneyasana. If you want to take a little back bend here, you could. Maybe even reaching those arms with you. That is up to you. And as we come through these postures a second time, noticing and acknowledging how maybe our body feels more mobile, more flexible, maybe just a little more engaged. Release. sit your butt back, raise those toes. You can sit back more, flex those toes more, or slide forward. So a great thing to do if you are able to come forward some but not a lot is to create a little bolster. Maybe you put a pillow underneath you here to support so you can relax those muscles into it. That's a nice way to allow yourself to sink a little more deeply. Again, sending that exhale into the tight places. Feel free to move around with it a little bit. And let's go ahead and find that foot down again so that we can shift forward, maybe bending into the back knee to find that quad stretch, grabbing on to that left foot with the right hand, if that works. And maybe it didn't last time, but it does this time. You can move with this if you want. And if you want something a little deeper, maybe you come up to grab with both hands. Be careful with that flexion of the knee. We can keep that foot further away, open those shoulders a little more, or draw that foot in, that's up to you. Just a little bit of a balance here. Release, hands come inside of the foot, and we take that right leg out to the side and move with it. Maybe coming to the fists or the forearms. And again, I'll face you for a second, just so you can see that leg is fully outstretched. And you could be high or low, whatever works for you. And we'll bring that right leg back in. We'll return to hands and knees. Again, you can stretch that left leg back from here, or we can move from that downward facing dog. Big inhale, big exhale, left foot forward. Big step, slide those back toes, maybe dropping that knee. Ankle under that front knee rather than behind it. You can come up if you'd like. Shoulders are relaxed. Maybe a little more of a back bend, or maybe those arms coming around the ears. It's up to you. Maybe the head drops all the way back. We release the hands down, frame the leg, sit back, lift the toes. Maybe you move with it. Maybe you sit back further, flex those toes more. Maybe we slide forward, bolstering if needed. And again, you might experience some benefit just rocking those hips around a little bit, whatever position you're in. That can feel good. Acknowledging that it's not just one muscle in the back of the leg, it's several. 4 hamstring muscles, 2 calf muscles, lots of tendons and ligaments supporting there. come out the way you came in. And we'll shift forward. Right hand plants as we bend that right knee to grab with the left hand, if that works. Or coming back to that deep hip flexor stretch. And maybe we come up to grab with both hands. Maybe we open the chest and shoulders a little more from here. This is up to you. Whatever feels good. We're very careful. The flexion of the knee. And we release it down. Hands inside the foot, and that left leg goes out to the side to stretch the inner thigh. Bring it in. You can relax in your child's pose, your puppy pose, or if you come out to laying down, turn and put the other side of your face on your mat. Or maybe you sit in your easy pose. It's up to you. Do again. Collect your breath. Remind yourself of your intention. Go ahead and come on up from your brief relaxation, and we're going to move forward on the mat so that we can lay down on the back. Feel free to grab behind your legs as you roll down carefully. So one area we haven't stretched much are our outer hips. Take your right ankle across the left knee. Now we can press on that right thigh to open the hip, or maybe we draw the legs up in a forced stretch. You could reach through, you could rock around, just do what feels good here. If that left foot is up, place it down, extend that right leg long, and we'll plant the foot. Now that left ankle crosses over the right knee. You can press on that thigh or draw the legs in for forced stretch. Feel free to rock around if that feels good. Reach through, keep opening up. Release that right foot down, and we'll extend that left leg, bring the left foot down too. So we did lots of flexion forward with the spine. Let's take a little extension here, real gentle. We're going to peel up, lifting up into a bridge. From here, we'll take those arms up and over the body. Inhale and exhale, float down. I want you to take 3 more like this, where we float those arms up and over as the hips lift. and float those arms down as we come down. We'll keep those palms looking at the ceiling. And now with those palms looking up, we're going to sweep those arms out and around like we're making a snow angel as we peel up into our bridge. Peel up, arms sweep out and around. We keep the tops of the hands on the floor. If it's not possible for them to come all the way up over your head with the backs of the hands staying on the floor, then just don't go all the way. That's okay. Sweep down and around as your butt comes down. And let's take 3 more. Once your butt and arms are down again, raise those legs up. Leg up the wall just without a wall. So this is safe no matter what state you're in right now. If you want to grab your legs and shift your hips back a little bit, you can to get that extra stretch in the lumbar spine. If you are not pregnant and you don't have any blood pressure issues, you can feel free to come into plow. With plow, we're going to keep looking straight up toward the ceiling. We can help those hips to bring those legs all the way over. Whatever works for you. You can support if you want. When you're ready, come down with as much control as you can, supporting if you wish. Right knee draws in, left leg stretches long onto your mat. Hug that right knee and then take it across your body, spine twist. Open the right arm and look toward it. Draw your right knee in and switch that right knee for the left knee in your hands. Draw it toward the chest and then take it across your body, spine twist. Open the left arm and look toward it. Draw the left knee in, right knee in to meet it. You can hug your knees as you rock on your low back, or grab insides or outsides of your feet and rock around in happy baby. Do whatever else you need to do to prepare for Shavasana, corpse pose, our final resting posture. You're welcome to lie flat on your back, and if that doesn't feel good, you could lie on your side in a fetal position or bring your legs up the wall. Finding your final relaxation. Let go your breath. You're welcome to mouth breathe if that feels better. Let go all of your muscles that you stretch very deeply. They feel long but still strong underneath you. Where you focused upon your intention, now just let your mind drift away to somewhere very, very peaceful. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, slowly waking them up. Rock your head from side to side. If you're on your back, go ahead and roll onto either side into a fetal position. When you're ready, use your two strong arms to push you into a comfortable seated position. Does not have to be crossed legs, but it can be. Close your eyes again. Sit up tall and feel strong because you are. Remind yourself of your intention and thank yourself for working toward it. Recognize that no matter what injury or illness you and your body and your mind have gone through, you can come back from it. Know that what you did today to restore your body was so great for the body, but your mind and your spirit too. Let all of the benefits of our practice go with you. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale through the mouth. Thank you so much for letting me teach you today. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, folks. Hope to see you again very soon.